So it's morning in Denmark, and oh, maybe I should actually use the other camera. There's this great thing of actually using the oil instead of throwing it out. And so, what I tend to do is put the oil in one of these cans and put it outside and, light it. Well, actually, I lighted it inside and put it out, just if there's a lot of wind, it can sometimes be a little hard to, But anyway, put some toilet paper. No, actually, not toilet paper, but something of that nature. Usually use toilet paper or the other thing in regards of the bigger one, that you use for the hands and all that. The same, pretty much the same thing. But yeah, being a little different. But it burns. So I was throwing the oil out for so long, and I found out this is a great way. You just take one of these, where you have fish in or whatever, you open it up and there's oil in it, right? And you don't want to use the oil. Well, just use it for a can. Anyway, let's get back to the insanity of the world. You have to be kidding me. So apparently the Chinese have become angry or something like that in regards of a drawing. Let's see if I can actually find it. No, okay, we lost it, I guess. No, okay, we lost it totally, I guess. I wonder why. Maybe it was in the other browser. I was actually testing. Yeah, I was testing the other browser here in regards of, because I've installed Firefox and I found out Firefox and Android have add-ons, and this application which blocks advertising does not. And I don't think it actually blocks the Facebook advertising. I found a plugin that, as you can see, gives the finger to Facebook. Is it found here? No, apparently. Where is it? It was someplace, before. Let's see. Let's try this one and see if it, gives the finger. There we go. It gives the finger to Facebook in regards of advertising, and it seems to work actually. So that's nice. I'm so half of the things that I have on Facebook is like advertising. I didn't go on Facebook to look on advertising, okay? But anyway, it seems to work. So, and I was testing AdBlock browser, which apparently they have stopped. They stopped working on the Firefox edition and have gone on to Chrome, and Chrome have a lot of other issues, and of course Google, of course. So apparently the Chinese are up in hands of some kind of drawing like this. I actually thought it was mines. It looked like, it's like mines in the water or something like that against ships or whatever. Apparently it's some kind of a virus. I don't have a television, so I'm really not that informed in regards of the world, in that sense, in the mainstream bullshit machine and all that propaganda full of war, and all that, banging the drums of going to war and this and that, and that was the time of Iraq. I just cut it off at that point. People didn't want to listen in regards of not going to war, and of course the media was just promoting this and pushing this war bullshit machine, and let's go down in a land far, far away and just begin to murder these people anyway, and kill them off and make a huge mess of the Middle East. Anyway, so we have this flag of apparently the Chinese apparently are. And I couldn't really, have to be kidding me. The people of Chinese should maybe, talk about the Bible instead. I think that would be a good suggestion, instead of this bullshit, So a Danish, whatever, makes this drawing, and apparently a lot of Chinese are just up in the air of this drawing. And apparently some kind of disease or something like that apparently is spreading from China, I guess, into other nations. A virus, somebody said, or something like that. Maybe one can actually look it up in regards of Chinese virus spreading or something like that. Spreading. Oh, let's see here. So let's go. Let's see, is it a virus or bacteria or fungi? I guess it's a virus. Basic on the China virus, I guess it probably is. Yeah, that seems to be in regards of a virus of some kind. It's interesting how it looks, on the drawing. Is that how it actually looks in? But anyway, okay. So someone made this flag with the China virus on, or the whatever you want, the virus from China, and apparently they became angry. You have to be kidding me. You don't have anything to become angry of in regards to your flag, and you have to be kidding me. So, this is bullshit. And it's like China is like, long, far away, give me a break. Don't the world have anything else to really, finding the truth in regards of Bible truth and finding out who the Antichrist and all that and standing against that? No. The world has its stupidities and issues of, searching things that are just outrageous. Oh, there's a flag, and so what? Okay, there's a flag, and there's apparently viruses on, apparently. And I thought it was, mines. Water mines, like in the Second World War, looked a little like that. But apparently it's just a virus. Well, I guess that could also be, pretty. But, come on. So what if it's on the flag, Oh, give me a break. Don't you have anything else to do, like talking about the Bible, for example, talking about who Yeshua really is, Jesus Christ, and finding out where the Bible points to in regards to the Antichrist, in regards to the book of Daniel and the book of Revelation? Don't you have anything else to do than this bullshit, I'm getting this on my Facebook thing and all that, and thankfully I don't have a television anymore, so I can pretty much go around all that nonsense that they usually put on the television. But yet, of course, people have a way of promoting things on Facebook, for example. And when you talk to people in the world, you can see how much they are actually. You can see when you stop looking at the television, you can see how much program people are of this, of this television. They are totally all the topics from the television they take upon themselves, and then they, it's just insanity. And we have the Roman circus in the television, and we have the Roman theater in the television occupying the people and never, keeping them away from reading the Bible and studying the Bible and finding out the truth of what is actually going on in the world. And this is what you give to, I can't take it serious, I can't, if there's any China people seeing this, you have to be kidding me. Is this what your nation, give me a break. Use your time on something else than this bullshit, We have a lot of weird drawings, and I guess actually all these, what do you call it, this drawing way, I guess we actually have it from our Protestant background. Sadly, in regards to Denmark, the Protestant background have gone haywire, and we pretty much seems to have no Protestant in this nation anymore, or very, very few. But in the past time, there was a lot of pictures of this kind in regards of Protestants exposing the Antichrist under his system and all that. And I guess that might be where we actually get, if you go back and look in the beginning of the Protestant move, what do you call it? The Protestant, where it was beginning to, you had all these pictures of exposing the Antichrist on so many levels, and these pictures was not always sweet. But, it's like, oh, everybody gets offended nowadays. Oh, give me a break, But it's, and oh, if I'm offended, then it's not okay, right? If you're homosexual and say that's a sin, you'll get offended, right? And you will pride yourself going around in regards to the street, priding you of this insanity. And then children are allowed to look at this parade of homosexuals, priding themselves or committing a sin, an abomination. Oh, now you are offended, right? You have to be kidding me. So the truth offend? Yeah, of course. Well, it has a way of offending, and so what? Is that do we need to make it illegal? The Roman Catholics gets offended by seeing any anti-Catholic things in the Protestant bookstore. Should we remove all the anti-Catholic things in the bookstore then? Of course not. Of course, sadly, that has actually happened, that a lot of Protestant truth material has been removed from, because of this pressure of Roman Catholics and their bullshit. That, we shouldn't tolerate that and so forward. Well, we have something called free speech, right? And of course, actually, that actually seems to go back to we actually got from one, in regards of Protestant truth and all that. And then the Roman Catholics began to, we want, freedom to, do our religion and all that. And then we got all this religious freedom and all that, which is pretty much just a thing of just, you can worship the devil without any issue, right? And that's utterly bullshit. Of course, when they had control in regards to Roman Catholicism, there was no, freedom to practice what you wanted, because they were actually running around and murdering the Christians. You see, Roman Catholics are not Christians. They are wolves in sheep clothing, and they are murdering the real Christians. And the whole system is the most devilish system on the world. But anyway, of course, so afterwards that the Protestant didn't want any Roman Catholics in state power positions. They didn't want to have the Mass, done in their nation, this blasphemy of the Mass. And the Catholics, of course, wanted to, as they always do, go in the direction of Satan. And so we got this freedom of religious things and all that, instead of actually standing on, so that it's taking in the direction of, one world government under the Roman Emperor, and that's would be the Antichrist. So anyway, you Chinese bullshitters, give me a break about this. You should have go read the Bible instead and get something to really be, really be upset about, in regards to the Antichrist in the world and the New World Order, so-called New World Order, and all that, and, stand for the truth. And, who cares about a flag? Give me a break. This is just, apparently millions of Chinese, according to this, but who knows? It's from a mainstream source, so I don't know, maybe the thing is, of course, they have removed the access to actually just call up a Chinese and ask them, right? Because Skype in the past was a wonderful application that had the ability to just look up a person in another nation, find out who, pretty much get some information and then call him up, But no, we can't have it so easy that the programs are actually working for the users and not the other way around. And of course, then the Danish guy sold Skype to Microsoft, and then we have advertising and of course all the rest of the bullshit that they'd end up putting in the applications. And of course, they threw out the wonderful search, thing they had. I remember, I could just call up, if I wanted to call someone from Norway or Sweden or whatever, or find a girl in a good age or whatever, I was, in regards to my teens, and I could just go and look and see the information. Now, of course, if you didn't want the information out there, you didn't need to put it out, But that was this wonderful thing, and you can just search in regards of nation, in regards of age, in regards of this and that, and get some information, and you could call up the person. Very easy. You didn't need any dating site or whatever to pay for in regards to that, or or if you had any issue you wanted to ask, some person in regards of another nation, you could just do it. And I could have done that today, right? I could just have gone on in regards of Chinese. Okay, let's find someone and just call them up. But no, we don't want applications for the users by the users, right? So this Danish guy sold this wonderful program to Microsoft, and here we go, in regards to millions of Chinese rages against this Jyllands-Posten, that's the what do you call it, the newspaper, and they say it's not okay to do that. Oh, got me a break, Yeah, get something to really get upset about. Oh, it's like Denmark is like long, long way from China, right? Oh, give me a break. It's the same thing with the Mohammedans and say, it's like incredible how offended the world can be in regards of this and that. That's all that bullshit. Just concentrate on your own nation and in regards of getting Bibles around and promoting the truth instead of focusing on this bullshit. To be kidding me. You should, China should import a huge amount of Bibles and get them out to every single Chinese. So every single Chinese could, if he wanted or her or she wanted, read the Bible and stand for the truth. Of course, I guess you don't want to do that, right? Because, we don't want the truth out and the devil rules the world and all that. Here we go. That's a coronavirus in China. Oh, give me a break. Get over it, and I don't even want to waste more time on this bullshit. You really have to, I can't take that serious, that China, like, around the world, half around the world, oh, we feel like it's offending that, some Danish cartoon, give me a break, Have something to cry over. Come on, Get some Bibles and distribute them in the nation. You have enough people that needs to read the Bible anyway, and just be careful of the false apostle Paul, or as I see him anyway. And in regards to that, you can go to 2 Timothy 1:15 and of course Revelation chapter 2 verse 2. And that's a good beginning in regards to that. At least I would be very, very careful in regards of this so-called apostle Paul. But besides that, I think you should read the Bible and distribute the Bible and just stop this nonsense, And by the way, I'm a Danish guy from Denmark, and that's just my opinion. And I think it's just, if this is true, that millions of Chinese are, upset about this, I have to be kidding me. Get a life or something. Yeah, get a life. Find Jesus Christ instead. This is just outrageous, that's of a drawing. Isn't there anything else to get upset about, like people being murdered and all that? That might be a more, it's like people don't really, they focus on some of these bullshit things instead of, it's like in regards to the circumcision, right? All those people having all these good arguments against circumcision, and then they flip around 180 degrees and want to commit murder in regards of abortion. So the same people standing against, circumcision are the very ones that also stands for being allowed to murder their children, your children. It's just incredible. Then they loses all those arguments, all those good arguments against, that they use in regards to circumcision. They just totally loses them because now it's okay. Now it's a human right to commit murder. I can't take it seriously. But of course, if you read the Bible, you might find out why these people are against circumcision and not against murder. Because the Bible talks about circumcision, right? And of course talks against murder. Well, then of course people have, following Satan have to be against those things, turn things upside down, right? So they're against circumcision and promote what is totally filthiness in regards of murdering the weakest. It's utterly disgusting. Now, of course, you wouldn't perceive that if you don't read the Bible, but then you actually find out it's actually a biblical problem in regards of these people. So then it begins to make sense that, of course, why would they be, have all of those arguments against circumcision and yet be promoters in regards of murdering a whole child, in regards of circumcision? That's just a little snippet of the foreskin, being taken off. But it's okay to commit murder. You really have to, you really wonder why these people can be, really, really, against something and then promote something else that totally just destroys the child. Just incredible. But of course, if you read the Bible and begin to figure out, well, okay, not commit murder, right? Well, okay, they're promoting murder. And in regards of circumcision, well, the Bible actually talks about the Jews having to circumcise, right? And if any stranger wants to, they had to be circumcised as well and so forth. Anyway, it's just, so yeah, it's just, yeah. Anyway, it's just incredible. Okay, I'll not waste more time in regards to this subject. May Jehovah be with you, and Yeshua be a most precious pearl, and the Spirit of truth be in us all. Amen. Have a good one. And, you guys in China, give me a break, I don't even want to see this anymore. And of course, it's probably going to be promoted on many different pages and all that. I'm thankful for not having a television for sure, and then not getting all this bullshit all this crap into my household. Read the Bible instead and get straight and stand for something that really is a problem. You don't have to be kidding me. That's all.